going to share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light, yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something, completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from here, and this has been like a therapy session.
Oscar Bevis, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Masood Abdullah joins me. It's my first fight week of the year, my first interview of the year. So, mate, thanks for giving me some of your time. How's things?
Things are good, mate. If speaking about your first fight interview of the year, you were my last interview of the year, my first interview of the year.
That's because you're the most important fighter to me, Masood. That's why. Obviously, you get a nice break over kind of the Christmas period and that. Are you one of them people who can switch off, or even when you're just kind of relaxing on the sofa, are you still thinking about boxing in the back of your mind?
Not so much about boxing, because I don't really watch boxing, but it's more about just being active. I like competing in boxing. I like throwing punches. So if I'm off training for a week, let's just say my friends and family feel the punches, because I just end up hitting people for no reason. But yeah,
Poor them. That's what I'm going to say. Poor them. Yeah, do you kind of want to just assess your 2022? Obviously, you had a few fights, still an undefeated fighter. But I know that, well, we've done so many post-fight interviews now that you are very self-critical. So I can imagine you looked at it with positives, and you also kind of looked with building blocks as well.
yeah. So 2022 was for me an experiment. I got to experiment at a whole bunch of array of different weights, ranging from lightweight all the way to super bantam. Found the weight which I'm comfortable at, which is featherweight now. I guess it was a bit of a success and failure 2022, because I did have 5 fights, but the failure part was I was supposed to get a title fight, and again, through no fault of anyone, it's just opponents pull out, and it's a little hard to get through. But I did have a tremendous fight at the end of the year, a very good learning fight, and yeah, just ready to move forward.
Yeah, obviously, I know you've been in the boxing game since a young age anyway, and I know you're kind of wise to what goes on outside the ring. But is it one of them things that as a pro you kind of just have to kind of roll with the punches a bit? If you don't get a title fight, you won't be the first person to be upset about that. You're not going to be the last. There'll be a few fighters at the end of this year who are going to be upset about not getting title fights. It's just kind of one of them things that goes with boxing, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah, no, exactly that. Again, I'm not the first and I won't be the last. Although it is super annoying, because December the 2nd, I was supposed to have an English title. We'll fight for an English title. And I was supposed to fight for an English title at the end of this month. So next month, in February, that's what I was scheduled for. Opponents pulled out, hard to get a replacement. That's why I've been thrown in this card last minute. So it's annoying, but, you know, life moves on, and what's not meant to be is not meant to be.
Yeah, so still kind of a bit of an uncertain start to the year in terms of the career path, but I can imagine you're sitting there knowing that, I mean, we've got 11 months left after January this year. You will fight for your first title this year. That has got to be certain.
Oh, no, that's guaranteed. I want to fight for my first title either 1 or 2 fights after Ramadan. So it's either straight after Ramadan I'll fight for a title, or I'll give it one more fight just because, you know, Ramadan, you get weak. And then maybe one more fight after that, and then fight for a title.
And is this going to be the English title? Is that kind of the one that's in your sights? I know you just want a strap around the waist, but is the English title the one that you're going to...
Personally speaking, I'm quite disheartened by the English title. I mean, I've been in line for it twice. Loads of people have been offered the opportunity to fight for it. No one's really stepped up, and I don't know. I'll see what happens. But again, 2 times in a row within the space of 3 months back to back. February would have been the 4th month, but yeah, 2 times in a row back to back, and it just people keep pulling out. It's quite disheartening. And,
well, it's very boxing, and it is very boxing. But I suppose it will make it all the sweeter when at some point this year you do get your hands on that title.
Yeah, no, that's it. I think it's just. So my coach is being very weird right now, but yeah. No,
Steve being weird, that's like the most expected thing ever. But yeah, we'll make it all the more sweeter when you do get your hands on a belt this year.
No, exactly that. I think once I actually get a title, it'll feel good, or it may feel shit. Who knows? Let's see what happens once I get it.
I reckon it might feel good. Just one more thing. You kind of, I mean, I know you'll never overlook any fight, no matter who you're in the ring with. Are you kind of just seeing this as perhaps the one more, shake it all out, and then from here it's only big fights?
I would like to think that, but again, I don't like to overlook anyone. I know anything can happen in boxing. Look at what happened to what's it called, Chris Eubank, and he just got dropped with. I've never seen him get wobbled hard, and this was the first time where, you know, shit, anything can happen in boxing, especially at the lighter weights which I'm at. So I'm not overlooking him, but I would like this to be the last fight, tune-up fight there is.
I'm gonna share something with you. That might put me in a very negative light. Yeah.
Relationships are not my forte.
See if someone grabbed up my wife or something completely different ballgame.
I'll walk away from it, and this has been like a therapy session.